Good morning, everybody. My name is Stuart, and I am the Managing Director of Deerness Distillery. We are based in the Orkney Islands in Scotland. So this morning I'm going to give you a sort of overview presentation of our company and also the tourism that we see at the islands here in Scotland and Orkney. We are a premium spirits and liqueurs producer. We're based in the Orkney Islands. We have commenced our business in 2016 as a family-run business. Myself, my wife, and my 3 children. We're the first of the new distilleries in Orkney. We have some very old whisky distilleries here that have been going since 1790s and 1885, and then we're 132 years later ourselves. So the distillery here, I'm actually sitting in the distillery. You can see the stills behind. We built the distillery ourselves, it's self-built. We have a tasting room and a fantastic shop where we see lots of tourists coming in. And we are very sustainable in terms of our approach to the business. So our current distillery, gin and vodka is where we started from. The stills behind me, you can see they're 300 litre stills. We produce about a maximum of about 3,000 bottles per week. We have a few smaller stills that we do some development and bespoke stills, bespoke spirits for different other businesses based in Orkney and the UK. We are moving into a whisky. We've got a very big whisky expansion on the way at the moment. And as you can see there, we've also got some much larger stills, 2,400 litres, 12 litres. And we're just about to start producing our first malt whiskies, which will be available in 4 years. Obviously, the Scottish whisky trail, from a tourism point of view, is very, very big in Scotland. So we should see an increase in footfall to the distillery. Pictures you can see on there gives you a bit of an overview of the actual distillery. The bottom left corner, you can see probably about 1,000 bottles plus sitting on tables waiting to be filled, and some of the beautiful copper stills that we have here at the distillery. Sustainability. So being based on an island, logistics in and out of the island can be tricky, especially in the winter months. Our only way in is by boats and by plane, which can make it tricky for getting product in and off the island. So as a result, we've decided that we'll be growing a lot of our own botanicals here. We have huge greenhouses, and you can see in some of the pictures here, just some of these sort of varieties of things we grow. We managed to grow citrus, which is quite interesting to the very north of Orkney. Lemons, limes, kaffir lime, orange, mandarin, lots of strawberries, lots of other herbs. And then with our whiskies, the bottom left picture is actually a picture from our field, or our fields, with barley growing. We're quite lucky, probably a bit like yourselves, but long daylight hours during the summer months, not so much during the winter months though. We use a lot of recycled packaging. So all of our recycles that we use is recycled card and things like that. And anything that gets delivered from a card perspective, we then reuse in our polytunnels. The same thing with our botanicals and any waste from the shop in terms of green waste that gets recomposted and put back into our polytunnels. Moving forward, as we go through our new expansion, we have a new biogas plant coming on site. This will give us an off-grid capability, 60 kilowatts of electrical power and 40 kilowatts of thermal power. And again, this will be powered from the spent grains from our whisky mashing process. About 60% of the grain that we use for our whisky will go into the biogas plant. So effectively energy from waste, as well as stuff from our new kitchen and cafe, also go into there. So we can take ourselves completely off grid and use the gas to run the facility. The biogas unit also produces about 1.5 tonnes per day of a high yield fertiliser, which then go back to our local farmers. So we're trying to really close the loop and have a sort of circular economy where we're buying grain from our local farmers. We're using it to produce our whiskey, and in return they get that grain back once it's been mashed for their animals. So it's quite a nice closed circular economy there. As far as our tourists go, they really enjoy and like the sustainability approach that we have. Obviously, a lot of people coming here. I have quite a few universities and colleges looking at how we approach our sustainability, especially with the biogas. It's quite a interesting project. A little bit about our spirits. So we have at the moment 3 gins, a vodka and a coffee liqueur, all multi-internationally awarded. They've won the best gin in the UK, best vodkas, best coffee liqueurs. As I said, moving through the whiskey as well, so just a bit of an overview of the spirits. This is our whiskey expansion. We're actually almost finished building this now. The top picture up here gives you a sort of idea of what the building is. We started this project, I was supposed to start in 2020, but unfortunately COVID got in the way, so we delayed the project until 2023, and now we're about 2 months away from having this all finished, which is fantastic. So we're welcoming our new visitors in about 2 months' time into this new facility. So we've got a kitchen, bar, cafe, new tour room. You can see and visualise all the whiskey and distilling processes through this new facility. Tourism to Orkney. So Orkney sees approximately 190,000 visitors to Orkney each year, which gives a lovely sort of 67 million total spend through that summer months. And 71% of our tourists are first-time visitors to the Orkney Islands. The majority of those are coming from cruise liners. So Orkney is one of the biggest cruise line destinations in Europe. I think this year we are just about 200 cruise liners coming in. Some of those range from sort of 100 to 200, up to some of the bigger ones, which are sitting at about 4,500 to 5,000 cruise liners. Obviously, there's quite a big amount of things to do on the island. We're very, very heavily archaeological. We've got the Scarlet Grey, which is an UNESCO heritage site. Loads of burial mounds and stone circles, but also the beautiful scenery and countryside you can see in the picture. Obviously, it's a very nice day. It's a nice and sunny day. It's not always the same in Orkney. The big problem with Orkney at the moment is we're very much summer focused, so we are trying to extend our tourist season at the moment. In terms of our distillery, we see approximately 10,000 visitors to the distillery each year. We're open all year round because we're producing all year round. But in the winter time, we sort of focus very much on our locals, our community. Still tourists come into the island, and that's something that as Orkney Tourism Group and Orkney Food and Drink and the other sort of key stakeholders in the island are looking to expand at the moment. So things we're looking at the moment are sort of agricultural tourism, so that's becoming quite popular, but also the ancestral tourism. A lot of people coming from all over the world to Orkney, whose ancestors left here and went to America, Australia, Canada. A lot of people coming back, and we're trying to really focus on that for the winter months. You see the summer months are very, very busy. It's very hard to get to some of the sites and some of the places to see with the amount of people here. So the ancestral tourism is quite a heavy focus at the moment. Also looking at, for the winter months, artists, writers and film production. So we've just had a new film that's coming out called Outrun, which was filmed in Orkney last year, and that ran through the sort of winter months as well. So really focusing on that. Promoting Orkney, as you can see in the background of the picture there, these are all the different Orkney food and drink producers, which we're one of them. We have a membership here called Orkney Food and Drink, which also includes Orkney Craft as well. We go around the country promoting the food, the drink, the crafts to various events all over the UK. We have done a few European ones, but not in the last couple of years. And this is a real sort of, we go as a team, so we're presenting a brand of Orkney. So people are trying the food, but they're also getting to see the images and the pictures of Orkney and encouraging people to come here for holidays. So we do that all through the year, winter, summer, and in January, February, and Christmas time. And that's been very popular for getting people to Orkney who've seen us at the events, they've tried some of the foods and the drinks. Wow, it's lovely food, lovely drink. I want to come to Orkney and experience it on the island. Some of the issues we face is getting to the island in the winter time are very difficult. As I say, there are boats and planes, the two main ways to get into the island. And we can have quite a long period, up to sort of 4 or 5 days, especially on the boats where the sea is just too rough to get to the island, which then obviously impacts the people who come to the island and the ability then to have accommodation and things like that. The other thing, the issue we face is attractions being able to visitors when they arrive. We're still trying to get a lot of our bigger attractions open during the winter months, or even just partly open. Obviously, that has staffing issues. And then lack of accommodation to expand our tourism, especially in the summertime, where this year we are sort of full. So it's working with our local councils and planning officers to try and fast track some of the accommodation that's already in the pipeline, but it's caught up with the unfortunate red tape that comes with planning departments and things like that. Our staff, so we spend a lot of time with our staff making sure that they are promoting our business, obviously, but also promoting every other business in Orkney. So we're very passionate about supporting other businesses. So a lot of training is given to our staff. We get a load of feedback, very welcoming. We're communicating with our visitors, and we're quite a happy team. Obviously, working in a distillery, we've always got a happy team because there's never a bad day in the distillery. We always have a couple of drinks in the evening, and it makes a great day. Just a little bit of the awards we've won just recently. So lots of gold, lots of international golds. We also won the silver at the Swiss Spirits Review in 2021. And so just open to any questions really. If anyone has any questions about our journey so far, or about the sort of tourism, or any questions around that, we'll have to answer those.
Do you have any questions for Stuart?
Here's our contact details if you want to drop me an email for any questions at all. Thank you for listening to my presentation.